Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into 7 motorcycles that dealers just can't seem to move. You're on the Engine channel. Don't forget to subscribe and stick around. Number 7. Kawasaki Eliminator. The Kawasaki Eliminator is like that socially awkward friend everyone invites out of politeness, but secretly hopes won't actually show up. It's there, it's visible, but few are genuinely interested in giving it a real shot. Priced at around $6,800, the Eliminator should be an easy sell in the beginner cruiser segment. But the reality? It's gathering dust on showroom floors, while rivals like the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 offer more charm, more tech, and more comfort for a smaller price tag. So, what went wrong? First, it comes in only one paint option, a flat, uninspiring black that doesn't exactly scream personality. The controls are basic, bordering on outdated, and the ride feels more like a budget compromise than a deliberate design choice. Maintenance is also more expensive than you'd expect, mostly due to imported parts that are neither cheap nor easily available. Riders looking for weekend adventures or daily commutes are simply passing it by. In a segment where looks, practicality, and emotional connection matter, the Eliminator lacks the magnetism to pull buyers in. Maybe it's not a bad bike, just one that feels unfinished, uninspired, and unfortunately outclassed. Number 6. Harley-Davidson Pan America. The Pan America from Harley-Davidson is the motorcycle equivalent of an overconfident guest who crashes a camping trip wearing dress shoes. It wants to be rugged and adventurous, but something about it just doesn't land. With a 1,252 cubic centimeter Revolution Max V twin engine producing 150 horsepower, it certainly isn't short on muscle. Why the cold reception? For starters, it weighs about 540 pounds wet. Not exactly featherlight for a bike that claims to thrive off-road. Yes, it offers semi-active suspension, a large touchscreen display, and adaptive ride height, but all that tech doesn't negate the elephant in the room. It's still a Harley trying to be something it's not. Traditional Harley fans usually favor big, low-slung cruisers, not tall, dirt-ready machines. Meanwhile, riders in the ADV community often gravitate toward lighter, more proven bikes like the BMW R18 GS or the KTM 1290 Super Adventure. To them, the Pan Am feels like a newcomer trying to play catch-up in a highly competitive sandbox. Add to that a $17,700 starting price, plus the cost of optional luggage and accessories, and the bike becomes a hard sell to those not already loyal to the brand. It's a commendable effort, sure, but in the end, it feels like Harley is still trying to find its footing in unfamiliar terrain. Number 5. BMW R18. The BMW R18 is a massive cruiser that looks like it rolls straight out of a retro dream, and yet it sits largely untouched in showrooms across the country. With its massive 1,802 cubic centimeter boxer twin engine and long, low frame, this bike was supposed to be BMW's response to American V-twins. But buyers just aren't biting, despite the bike's classic aesthetics and meticulous German engineering. The pricing doesn't help either, around $17,700 for the base model, with the first edition creeping toward the $20,000 mark. That's serious money for a cruiser that isn't a Harley or Indian. Brands with more cultural cachet in this segment. Even with factory incentives like $3,000 discounts and 0% financing offers, interest remains low. The R18 is aimed at riders who love traditional cruisers, but most of those riders already have emotional ties to American iron. Plus, in practical terms, the R18 isn't the most rider-friendly machine. It's wide, heavy, and not especially agile. Its low-slung pipes scrape easily in turns, and while the engine sounds glorious, it sends noticeable vibration through the pegs at highway speeds. Number 4. Indian Roadmaster. The Indian Roadmaster should be a showstopper. It has everything you'd expect from a flagship touring machine. A massive 116 cubic inch V-twin engine, full fairings, heated grips and seats, a top-tier audio system, and more chrome than a vintage Cadillac. But for some reason, this beauty is turning into a burden for dealerships across the country. Part of the problem is the price, with many models exceeding $30,000 before add-ons. This is not a bike you buy on impulse. Buyers in this category often lean toward Harley's touring lineup, which benefits from a broader dealer network and a more established brand community. Indian's support network just doesn't feel as robust, especially for those living outside major cities. A recent recall affecting over 12,200 units due to crankshaft position sensor failures has left a bad taste in many riders' mouths. No one wants to invest big money into a touring bike that might stall during a Sunday ride. Combine that with the already high cost of ownership, and you've got a recipe for hesitation. Number 3, Moto Guzzi Stelvio. The Moto Guzzi Stelvio is a unique presence in the adventure bike world. With its signature transverse V-twin and shaft drive, it's the kind of machine that sparks curiosity but also raises eyebrows. Priced at around $11,600 plus freight, it's a mid-range offering that competes with bikes like the Suzuki V-Strom 1050 and BMW R1800 GS. Yet despite its bold identity, the Stelvio isn't flying off showroom floors. Why? It's a bike full of contradictions. While it has modern tech like cornering ABS, ride modes, and a TFT display, the ride experience is still a bit raw. It feels less refined than some of its competitors, and that quirky Italian charm isn't for everyone. Off-road, it's competent, but not outstanding. It handles gravel roads and light trails fine, but it's clearly more at home on pavement. For serious ADV riders looking to tackle gnarly terrain, it falls short of expectations. And for touring enthusiasts, the lack of dealer coverage and limited aftermarket support can be a deal breaker. In the end, the Stelvio is a bike that does a lot of things fairly well, but nothing exceptionally. Its distinctiveness is a double-edged sword. It attracts attention but limits its audience. Number 2, Yamaha MT09. The Yamaha MT09 is one of those bikes that on paper ticks nearly every box. Fun, fast, aggressively styled, and reasonably priced at around $10,000. But despite these strengths, dealers are struggling to move units. The culprit? A combination of technical hiccups, buyer uncertainty, and oversupply. First, there was a recall tied to ECU issues that could cause the engine to randomly stall. That's not the kind of surprise you want while accelerating onto a freeway. Although the fix was issued quickly, the damage to buyer confidence was done. Then there's the performance itself. While most riders praise the MT09 for its lively engine and light chassis, some have noted abrupt power delivery in lower gears and twitchy throttle response. It's exciting, yes, but maybe too much so for new or casual riders. Finally, there's the sheer volume of production. Yamaha pushed out a ton of these bikes, and with demand softening due to the above issues, dealerships now find themselves overstocked. It's a solid motorcycle, but it's currently trapped in a cycle of recall recovery and market saturation. Number 1, Indian Chief. The Indian Chief is one of the most iconic names in American motorcycling, and yet it's quietly becoming a problem for dealers. Priced from around $11,500, the Chief is positioned as a stripped-back, heritage-style cruiser that should appeal to purists. But sales are lagging, and the reasons are clear. Most notably, the Chief has been impacted by recurring reliability issues, including a widespread recall involving crankshaft position sensors, something that has also plagued the Roadmaster. These mechanical missteps have shaken buyer trust at a time when competition is fierce. Even those who overlook the reliability questions often pause when considering the riding experience. While the bike looks timeless, it lacks the refinement of more modern cruisers. Vibrations, heat management, and overall ergonomics are just okay, not great. And while it tries to offer value, its resale value isn't holding up well either. Dealers are now sitting on inventory that's not only not moving, but also losing appeal as newer models enter the market. It's a tough spot for a motorcycle that carries such a legendary nameplate. And that wraps up the video. If you found this breakdown useful, Be sure to like and subscribe for more motorcycle insights coming your way.